Episode 18, Season 2 of the Daily Intermission podcast, joined by Nathan Brown, per usual. How we doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. Feeling great.
Are you?
I've never felt better.
Well, that's surprising because we went out last night.
Like we swore we wouldn't do. No, I'm not gonna to sing that song. It's hilarious. What a tune, dude. What a tune that is. Fires me up just thinking about it.
So, yeah, we went out. We said, yeah, we'll have a beer. We'll do some brainstorming. There was no brainstorming done, and there was a lot more than one beer had.
We were trying to go. We're like, yeah, you know what? We'll go get the creative juices flying. It's like, we'll get out there and have a few chatters, and we'll get the halftime show all dialed in. We got here today. We just did the halftime show.
Yeah, we just brainstormed it.
Yeah,
But the pregame, I should say, Nate, quarter one, we got some NBA talk. Obviously, it was All-Star weekend going on in Cleveland. Quarter
Plank
two.
City out there last night.
It was
Holy
embarrassing at times.
Smokes.
And then quarter two, we'll talk a little PGA, little Olympics. Halftime show is a fan favorite. Would you rather? It feels like we haven't done a little Would You Rather in a while.
It's gotta get grimy.
It always does. Quarter three, we'll talk a little NHL. And quarter four, we'll bring it home with a few MLB updates. But staying in the pregame show, Nate, like you said, I mean, the beers were flowing heavy last night. I mean, the networking gets going after about 5 beers. Like, oh yeah, you ever heard of the Daily Intermission? Give us a follow. Yeah, that's just.
Well, we're sitting at the table. Greg's like, I dare you to go talk to those girls. I was like, done. Just over at the table. It's like, all right, well, anyway.
And then I pull up, and I mean, the rest is history.
That was her. Yeah. We left promptly after.
Anyway. But no, Nate, we've been chatting about Netflix frequently on the pregame show. We were talking about Love Is Blind, and I mean, I'm thinking about a more outrageous love show. I mean, there's a ton of outrageous love shows that are on, but this one might be the King Daddy top.
I can't believe some of the things I witness on these shows. First off, there's 800 different variations of this stuff.
Yeah.
I started watching Love Is Blind, and I got to tell you, folks, it's actually sick.
Yeah,
I love that show. Yeah. But anyway, it's just bizarre to me that like these folks, they meet. And it's like, what is it? So I honestly missed the first bit of the premise of the show. I've only seen when they meet up.
Oh, okay.
So like I tuned in late.
Yeah.
But so they meet up and they don't see each other, right? And then I've seen them meet in that weird hallway.
Yeah, exactly. So there's like 12 guys, 12 girls. 12 men, 12 women, and they meet up, in these rooms, but they can't see each other. There's like and they just talk and have like notebooks, and they just have conversations and then propose to them after a few days. Which
that's the thing. It's like they know each other for like what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, maybe even less. Yeah,
I was absolutely cracking up. There was one of the guys. I can't remember the names or anything, but the guy was talking, and she was like asking him about financials and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I just take risk, man. And she's like, well, what do you mean? She's like, how much do you spend on food a month? He's like, $2,000. It's like, holy smokes.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's funny.
It's like $100 a day
because like you're trying to pick apart this person's life. In conversation. My favorite was the guy, and he was like, "So, like, I love music. Would you go to concerts?" She's like, "Absolutely." And he's like, "Do you think you'd be able to get on my shoulders?" He was like trying to figure out if she was obese or not, and it's just,
my god.
Yeah, it was a red flag for sure.
For sure.
For a lot of the women.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I can't imagine the survival rate of these relationships is particularly high.
No,
like it can't be.
A lot of it's for the show. It's like, oh yeah, we'll get married, and it's like 2 weeks later. It's like, we didn't.
That's classic.
Didn't end up going through with it.
No, I ended up hitting 1 million followers, and I said, screw her.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible.
Had 3 girls lined up in the DMs.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. What a show, though.
It's crazy. Yeah. So for all you Netflixers, tune in. Sorry, I same.
Yeah. Got a little indigestion.
Yeah.
I ain't eating nothing.
Things aren't feeling. I haven't eaten anything in a few hours. I would say probably 12 or more.
Yeah, last thing I had was a garbage pail slice of pizza.
Did you?
That was for supper, though.
Oh,
that's the last meal I've taken in.
Yeah, it's. Anyway, I don't really want to think about it right now. But Nate, have you checked out Ottawa right now? And I know we don't know. This is a very touchy subject across the country, maybe even across the world. But there's some outrageous things going on in the capital of our country.
I don't know what the play is, but I can tell you what it is, and it is not trampling people with horses. You can't take a horse and trample a human, man.
That certainly wasn't in the playbook, but it went down.
The commentary on that video too. The guy's just like, they just trampled her, and he just keeps repeating. He's like, they just trampled her with a horse. Like he's just sitting there, just knowing he's like, this video is going to go to the absolute moon.
Yeah,
he's
just like, doing its rounds on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, we could voice over it and do some commentary.
It's like, here we have we're at the 14th annual Kentucky Derby, folks.
I was gonna whip it on the track. Oh,
it's like that Family Guy clip.
What is snow doing here?
What's that Family Guy clip when Peter has that horse that's brain damaged?
I haven't seen that.
Oh my god! I'll show you the clip after.
Yeah.
It is absolutely world class. Make sure you remind me to do that.
Yeah, I will check it out. But yeah, everything. We see both sides of the story, and we just don't know if this is the correct approach at resolving things.
In the wise words of Ruth from Ozark.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say it, but I don't know anything. I think everyone could probably pick up what I'm throwing down there.
Yeah.
I just physically cannot say it, but I don't even know what's happening. Like I straight up have no clue what's going on.
Real world stuff.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, you take a glimpse, you take a snapshot of what's going on in the world right now. And there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's not what we do over here at the Daily Intermission. We save that for CNN and Fox News and CBC. We save all that for them.
CTV.
And
all those high-end news.
That's right. And gosh, anyway, we'll save that for the news channels. We are moving into quarter 1, Nate.
Yep.
And obviously, we didn't take in as much of the NBA All-Star festivities last night as we probably should have. Yeah, we caught a little bit, and I mean, we'll start off with the 3-point contest. I mean, there was some absolute clank fests going on. One guy started off, I think, 0 for 5 from the corner.
Yeah, who
was Kennard, I think?
Can you rejuice my memory here? Who did I take? Who was my pick again?
It was Trae Young, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then anyway,
but we gave out a sleeper pick of Karl Anthony Towns, who ended up winning. Is that good, folks?
We
need half the.
Yeah. It's like this guy could do it. But no, there was another guy too. It's like it's funny because you see like the Moneyball section.
Yep.
And he's just sitting there, and he gets to his Moneyballs. The guy, he started hot. I can't even remember who it was. But he went absolutely clanking, and then he gets to the Moneyball, and he missed every single one.
Wow.
Yeah, or except for the last one.
Just not clutch, yeah. No. My guy Desmond Bain, I didn't see the results there. I was hoping he was doing well, but at the Young Stars game, I know he was putting on a bit of a clank fest in the Young Stars game. But a
lot of pressure, though. You know, it's
sure.
like that's something as like a kid too. Like if you're obviously like you'd grow up like dreaming to go to the NBA, like that's something you watch like. You would see the Vince Carter one. You probably think of that in your head, and be like, "Holy smokes!" Like, I'm at the dunk contest
for sure. Yeah. Oh, it's an accolade in the NBA. It's like how many All-Star games has this guy been to?
That's like such a sick part of how the NBA has it. Like that is actually a thing.
Yeah, for sure. You've got the top tier, but we've talked about it.
I feel like it used to happen in hockey too. Like you used to hear that a lot. Like you know what I mean? It's like 15-time All-Star, and you're like, holy smokes. And then, but now no one, like, it's not a thing anymore.
Now people don't even care. But, Nate, one thing I was thinking the NHL might be able to do is they've got the celebrity game.
Yeah.
How sweet would a celebrity game be?
Oh, man. Well, they did
buzzing out there.
They did one year.
Putin, potentially.
They did one year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Bieber played. There was that, you definitely remember, it was the video, it was a picture of Chris Pronger laying Bieber into the glass.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But so you can't have Chris Pronger playing in the celebrity game. That's the way I would look at it. You know
exactly. You got to have all exclusively celebrities. Yeah,
because then you can rate to see who's good.
Exactly.
Who can barely skate.
Yeah, someone could be just absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
But I think I would love to watch that.
Is it just me, or is the dunk contest like the dunks that they're pulling out like getting more dust by the year? Like I haven't seen something that's like, I think they got to bring in trampolines and bring in just absolutely whatever prop you need to do something Harlem
Let's get some mascots going.
We don't even just have to get a Harlem Globetrotter in the dunk contest. Just doing something outrageous.
Well, they're going to have to do something.
You know, like...
Oh, man. I just as you bring up the Harlem Globetrotters there, I remember listening to a podcast a long time ago and they were talking about how, like, obviously it's all set up for, like, the Globetrotters to win.
Yeah.
And one time things went wrong and the other team won.
No, yeah.
And I guess there's kids in the crowd just screaming, crying. Like it was
booze.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
Yeah, couldn't sell it in an arena for the next few weeks. But no, there'll be the All-Star game be tonight. Team LeBron versus Team Durant. The draft.
Minus 110 both ways.
I mean, that's just giving away your money, but I'm all over Team LeBron, folks.
Oh my God.
If you're in that betting scene. Okay, you're on Team Durant?
No,
all right.
I honestly haven't taken a good enough look at the spreads or anything.
Yeah, but moving forward, I think there's about 25 games left. You know, things will start to even out, and we'll get a better glimpse of what this playoff picture is looking like. And you know, I think it's safe to say we're on the Sixers, we're on the Nets out of the East.
I'm excited for the NBA playoffs this year. Like I think it's gonna be like one of the best years. It just seems like there's so much parity this year. I'm fired up. I remember mentioning that on the last pod, but it's going to be an absolute heat fest.
Yeah, it is for sure. And we'll see if Phoenix can go on another run again. I know last year was kind of that Cinderella, like get Chris Paul his ring, ended up getting dusted in the final.
Yeah, I want to see them go. I wouldn't hate seeing the Suns.
The Suns, yeah. I could back the Suns. I think Golden State's going to be the team out of the West, but I could be wrong. I typically am. I throw out the coldest takes in the history of podcasting on this thing. So
I'm just going for the Sun. Devin Booker is the man. Absolutely wet.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's dating Kendall Jenner, which I think he cheated on. That's what I saw the other night. So welcome to TMZ Pod.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving along.
We're moving into
quarter
get
two.
Into that. Quarter two this week. Olympics and PGA Tour. We're starting in the Olympics. The ROC, the Russians are headlining everywhere. So obviously last week we talked about the 15-year-old figure skater who was sticking needles.
Breaking news, folks. The country that can't even use their team name is still using needles.
Yeah, still doping. But anyway, she continues to, I think, compete. And there was a Russian speed skater, double bird, the judges. Double bird. Flips the double bird. I mean these guys simply just don't give a rat's ass.
It's actually crazy, man. Yeah. Like, how do you do that to the, like, picture that in the Olympics? Like, that's something, like, a long time ago, you'd be like, you would never. You know what I mean? Yeah. You'd never do that at the Olympics. Like, this is the highest stage.
There were some technical difficulties there, and I'm also bathing in some stenches that
Don't
are just...
you dare.
I'm letting them go too, but anyway. But yeah, there was a inside the Olympics. Sorry, folks, that's where we're staying right now. There was a British speed skater.
One of the British speed skaters.
Relay.
I think it's CJ Uja.
Okay.
So he tested positive for a banned substance. I mean, it's
always tough in a team event.
Yeah, man. It sucks for those guys like that.
Because they medaled, correct?
They were silver. So Canada got upgraded to silver because they ended up, like, they were bronze. And then so obviously they got, So anyway.
A lot of testing going on over there.
Well, not even a lot of
testing. You get the COVID testing.
Yeah. Oh man, it must be tough.
There's some other testing if the village is what it is. I mean,
yeah, that's right. But I mean, it sucks for those three other people, obviously, because you know it's the team event, and then one guy, and then you get. It would be heartbreaking to get stripped of your medal.
100%.
Like, and you know what I mean? Like, it kind of just gets thrown out. It's like, oh, they're getting stripped of their medals. Like, man, these guys worked their entire lives for this.
That's memorabilia. That's exactly. You know, that's recognized.
Man, you want exactly, and you want that, like. That's something you can show your grandkids. You know what I mean? Like, it's a silver medal in the Olympics, man.
For sure.
And this guy, I don't know what he took. It didn't. I didn't see that it was possible to come out. Like, I didn't see what it was. But I mean, like, come on, dude. Like,
he was just straight up throwing steroids in his dumper.
Was he?
Oh, guaranteed.
It's a lot of speculation. I feel like
100%. I can't confirm that. But
it could be anything as easy as like.
The Finns are gold medalists in the men's hockey.
Yeah.
And so for all the people who care, the Finns won.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame.
2-1 over the ROC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the viewership for the women's gold medal game?
Unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable. It was, I believe it was it was higher than any NHL game this season.
In the States, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Which is awesome. I mean, that's...
I mean,
if that's not evidence that you can have a successful women's hockey league... You know, I don't know what is. I mean, you know, I would love to see Marie-Philippe Poulin and all of these women regularly, and I still believe in my model.
Yeah.
Have 8 teams or 10 teams, have an affiliate women's team. They play before the men.
Yes, exactly.
It's on TV. Well, this works.
It 100% works, man. Yeah. It works. I mean, like the CIS for the Canadian University Sports.
Yeah.
They crush it like that. You know, you have the women's game and then you have the men's game. You get to go watch both.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's awesome. I mean, even think of our live stream last night. You know what I mean? Like, you get in that, like, most times. Obviously, we had a hockey game to watch last night.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's not that game like it's kind of a dead space from like 5 to like 7:30
Exactly.
where you're like, okay, nothing's on for sports.
sure. Yeah,
and it's like, man, if we could throw that on, like I would watch the hell out of it.
100%.
And
100%, man.
Yeah, dude.
It just makes so much sense. Like I said, how much of a dead time and filler TV is that pregame 3 hours?
What's even on then? I couldn't
don't
tell
know.
you anything that's on TV at that point.
Well, the pregame show starts like an hour early, and it's just this panel,
Yeah.
trying to come up with new. I mean, they're breaking down all this.
breaking down the Capitals power play.
Yeah,
It's like we know what's happening.
Yeah,
Now
we know
he's
it's a
gonna
fire
rip
wagon.
a 1T.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. So it's like, let's watch some sports.
It looks like the Canadians, Nate, are going to finish with 4 gold medals in this Olympics. That's down from 11 4 years ago. I honestly don't think as a country, one, we were that invested in it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way.
And two, that like we performed that well. I mean, I think that it's going to be refreshing 4 years down the line. When COVID's kind of in the rear view and things, it's in a different time zone. It just feels like these last 2 Olympics being in Japan and China, it's like, it's tough to watch and follow.
It is tough to watch. And I think back to like London 2012, and that one's kind of one that sticks out for me, but like everybody I knew, you had the Olympics on all day long. You were watching it the entire time. And for this one, it just doesn't seem like it's on, but it's no one's invested in it.
No.
It's weird.
In 2 years' time, though, Nate, do you know what gets like it's going to be an absolute fire fest? It's going to be really good.
What?
Paris.
Yeah.
Paris 2024.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be unreal.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting too. Like this Italian guy who won the gold medal in the 100 meter, like, and Andre de Grasse, obviously, there's a lot of talent, a lot of Canadian talent and obviously our guy going for the decathlon as well.
Yeah.
Man, the Summer Olympics is just much better than the winter.
Dude, it's so nice because I love just like coming. It's like a hot day. You come in, get in the air conditioning, and then chuck it on the TV. It's so nice. Another one that you brought up just as you were talking about how that one's going to be heat. 2028 Los Angeles.
I mean, you could just lock in that we're there.
That's going to be sick.
And then what is it, 2026 World Cup in North America?
Yeah.
Like that, I'm there.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I'm in Toronto for the Canada game.
Has to be done.
Yeah. I might be streaking at that game.
Might be worth it.
Yeah, for the content and just,
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I'd have to be, actually I can't really streak because I got to be repping the DI gear promoting.
Well, you get yourself a little Speedo and we'll...
That's true.
Sorry, a large Speedo, my mistake.
Yeah. Two X's on that, please. But PGA Tour this week, Nate's in Los Angeles. Speaking of the Genesis Invitational that we talked about, hosted by Tiger Woods and his foundation. This Joaquin Niemann character, he's an unbelievable player. He gets disrespected on all the DFS platforms, but the 36 hole scoring record at this event was 12 under. It's a tough course. Riviera, all the golf fans out there understand Riviera is a very tough golf course. He goes out there and shoots back-to-back 63s, dude. 8 unders, to be 16 under through 36 holes. I mean, this guy is absolutely lights out.
It was outrageous. Yeah, he's 19 under as of recording. I mean, we're going into the final day here.
That's right.
Obviously recording on Sunday, but yeah.
We're just going to go out and say he's winning this event.
I would think. I mean, he hasn't got the biggest lead. You would like he's only 3 shots up
of Cameron Young. Who's a sponsors exemption rookie. I mean, we're not going to forget about Cameron Young. I mean, this guy's a rookie on tour, got a sponsors exemption to play in this event, and he broke the 36 hole scoring record as well, being 14 under. The guy absolutely bombs the ball. He's got a Matsuyama-esque move. Pauses at the top.
Yeah, that's sick. How is Matsuyama doing?
I think you're only going to be cashing in on the one and done. I'm glad you brought it up because our one and done picks. I mean, mine, Bubba Watson, he's absolutely dead to me. Bubba Watson won't be picked again, but I don't think I'll ever put him in a DFS lineup again either. Like that guy's got great history here. He's been playing well, and he absolutely MC hammers.
Yeah, Cam Smith kind of fell off as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he went 3 over
yesterday.
Yeah. So that's toast. Matsuyama. Yeah, I mean, geez, it's a bad pick. He's in 50th.
Is he?
Yeah, man.
So you're gonna get like 13 grand.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's you either win
that would be
or come top 5.
Imagine going to a golf tournament one, just like obviously you love the sport, you're going out playing. It's like you don't have the best day. It's like you finish 50th and it's like $13,000. It's like I will take it.
Oh yeah,
like that's not bad.
Yeah, they still like that's Kevin Kisner's famous line. Is like they pay a lot of money for 20th.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to keep your head in
yeah.
it. You got to keep grinding. You can't send it in, mail it in on Sundays.
Yep.
But it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe there's a guy who climbs out, like Justin Thomas is right there, a few back, six or seven back. Adam Scott's right there. So we'll see if there's a guy that can kind of come out of the peloton.
You got Victor Hovland.
Oh,
he's
Vic.
lurking around too.
That's a guy, Nate. Good point. Could shoot 8 under, 9 under, and he's
I think he's 6 back.
Okay, yeah, he's a guy.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, but
we'll be following along. Next week we've got the Honda Classic.
Oh, it's a classic. I am all over Sung Jae
at the Honda.
Yeah. Yep. Well, what did he do last year at the? I'd have to pull up the last course, but I feel like he had a big tournament at the Honda last year.
Yeah, I like that event. I think it's the Bear Trap. I mean, it's the notable names aren't like there's not a ton of great names playing next week. I know Brooks Koepka's playing, Sung Jae M, Ricky. But like a lot of the guys are missing it, and this Florida swing coming up is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We got the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We got the Players, obviously the Players Championship, which is like the best event outside the 4 majors. So it's gonna be a lot of fun this next few weeks in golf. Nate, we'll be giving out our best bets as always on Instagram and YouTube, and we'll continue to plug away in the golf scene. It's time for the halftime show, and to this week's halftime show, Nate, is brought to you by Manscaped. If you're going in and you've got a lawn it's not mowed, it's a tough scene.
It is.
Everyone involved.
It's very tough.
It's barbaric, some would say.
That's why we like to use Manscaped.
That's why we use the Lawnmower 4.0.
The Lawnmower 4.0 and the Lawnmower 4.0.
I mean, you can't look past the ball butter either. Tremendous stuff.
Ball toner and ball deodorant has really helped me.
Yes, it has.
It has, big time.
It's really stepped up my game. But yeah, if you go on to Manscaped,
smells incredible.
And if you are having troubles with some of your landscaping, go over to Manscaped. It's the leading product for men's right now. It's amazing. It's got this like cut-free blade. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. Which is honestly like so underrated.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I mean, how many times?
The amount of times I have sliced myself, it is ridiculous.
There's nothing more embarrassing, absolutely trying to groom up and you're bleeding.
Yeah.
But it makes for quite the scene. But yeah, go over to Manscaped, use the code TDI, you get 20% off, free shipping.
Yep.
And
it's honestly an unbelievable deal. And
the
stuff is incredible. Like I could not recommend it more. If there's anything you're looking for a new grooming kit,
you need to groom.
They absolutely knock it out of the park at Manscaped.
Absolutely. We can't say
great quality stuff.
Enough great things like you said, Nate. So yeah, the halftime show is brought to you by Manscaped. It's a would you rather type of week.
It's feeling would you rather.
Would you rather? Am I starting things off, Nate?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this one doesn't go the way some have.
Okay.
They get greasy,
They
folks.
do get greasy.
We all know the would you rather. Let's get into it.
Nate, would you rather get the wind knocked out of you once a day or poop your pants once a week? And these are at the most inopportune times. Like they're coming and it's at a moment in your day or week where it's like, this can't happen. And either the wind gets knocked out of you or you shit your pants.
So we're like theoretically, like we're talking like right now while we're recording, I could poop myself. That would be the time kind of thing or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It wouldn't be good for the program.
The wind knocked out of you. See, the only thing here is like the wind getting knocked out of you is a burden.
It's a terrifying experience.
It sucks, man. There's a part in your body at the start where you're like, I'm dying. I'm gonna die.
Yep.
Takes a minute. Like it's like it takes a little bit. It's probably like a 10-minute thing before you like really set up. I'm going with the poop.
You're going to shit your pants once a week?
Yep. I'm going to because I just like if I poop my pants, I really don't care. Like it sucks, but it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I just like doing stuff that's funny.
Okay.
I'll poop myself, make some people laugh. That's all good for me, man.
Okay. I'm going with the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah, I mean it's the logical pick, I feel like. Like
I mean,
it's just every day though, dude.
and you
the cleanup, but it's only once a week.
If you're wearing like a nice pair of boxers, like your favorite pair of sacks, like anyway, there's some monetary.
My Manscaped underwear, those are my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's 52 poop pants a week or a year. 52 as opposed to 365 wind knocks.
Yeah.
Either way is high. I'm going with the poop.
To be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty good math guy. Okay, Greg, your first one here. Would you rather bite your tongue every time you eat something or burn your mouth every time you eat something?
Yeah, it's not a fun one here.
No.
I'm going to just come out and say this right now. Burning your mouth, it's such a burden on things. You can't taste food.
Oh.
You can't think about having some of the foods you like and hot food. I'm all over biting my tongue. I know it's painful, but the burning of the mouth it's a detriment to a lot of things So
Yeah, it is.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the burning of the mouth. Is that? I think that's the right answer there, Nate.
Yeah, I think you probably have to.
I got a tough
Or you're
tongue.
going with burning your mouth?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm going with biting my tongue.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing is, like, that's so painful for me. It hurts a lot, but it's a top. I feel like you don't win either way with this one. I mean, just flip
a lot
a
of
coin.
these are lose-loses.
Generally, how we set it up.
Yeah. Nate, would you rather? This is kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on life
Oh, geez.
for one day?
One day, so I can just like go back.
Yep.
I would probably do the rewind.
Okay.
Just because.
You could get pretty. You could do some crazy stuff. Pause.
What do you have in mind?
I can't
I
really
feel like
say it
we're
right
thinking
now.
the same thing.
I
which
can't
is
say it
crazy.
on camera, but you know what I'm thinking.
Kinda, I think. I'd probably go back in time, or I'd use the rewind button just because, I mean, that way you get to see something. If you pause, it's just like you're buzzing around a bunch of wax museums.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, at least if you go back in time, it's like, okay, like I'm here again. This is crazy. Like, this is what I think going back in time would be one of the coolest things you could ever
You could
do.
move scenes around and unpause it. It could be pretty funny.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
I'd definitely rewind. Yeah, I'm rewinding.
Okay.
All right, we got your second one here, Greg, and it is dirty.
Okay.
Would you rather walk into an outhouse from hell and have to use the washroom in there every single time? Like, I'm picturing, like, we're talking feces on the wall. We're talking puke. Like, do you remember that one our buddy sent us?
Oh,
That.
outhouses. I don't know how that's still a thing. Like, those things are awful.
It's like, can we just clean them? And it's not even that it's just clean them. It's like, is there someone that can go into it and just use the bathroom?
What happens
What
if
are you going to smear poop
What
all
would you
over
do if you ever fell down into the outhouse?
Well, I mean, that's interesting because I haven't finished the Would You Rather yet. No, but okay. So, would you rather walk into the outhouse? When you go into this outhouse, that's where you have to use the bathroom forever, or would you, instead of using the bathroom forever in this garbage outhouse, you have to spend a month in that outhouse? So, it's spend a month in the outhouse, or for the rest of your life, use that as a bathroom.
I'm using it as the bathroom for the rest of my life. I'm not spending a month in there,
You
man.
can't clean it.
Dude, that's such a lose-lose. Like, I like outhouses are disgusting, and it's not talked about enough. How gross outhouses are, man.
They're so bad, dude. You walk into, like, it's just,
If you,
when you
fell
look down,
in that, if you fell down into that,
I would never even
and you were
dream.
stuck for a
That's
day.
nightmare fuel. Stuck for a day down in it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'd probably die.
And the person that found you was a guy. He was sending the cherry on top before he found you.
what in God's name is happening? That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in all my years of teaching. Give me another one here. I gotta get
Would
my
you
mind off
rather
this.
walk barefoot in every public restroom you need to use?
Yeah.
Or you always have to use a public toilet that's not been flushed and has been. It looks like a tsunami's hit it every time you've got to use it. Yeah.
I'm going barefoot.
A few lasagnas.
Oh, I forgot about those. Those are disgusting. I'm doing the barefoot.
Okay.
That's something that's never really bugged me a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's like I know when people wear sandals and stuff in the public showers. Like I didn't do that.
No.
I don't even
You
know
wear
what
the odd athlete's foot?
why is that?
Yeah.
You know, what is it? How does that?
I'm not grossed out by feet either, and like putting my feet in some weird spots. That might be gross. That actually we might lose a few listeners.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're going with the bare feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going bare feet.
There's nothing
for sure.
worse than rolling into a stall. It's the only one available, and it's got a lasagna floating
Lasagna,
there.
yeah, and then worst case scenario, like you also have the odd time where somebody gets up into the top part of the toilet, so when you flush it, everything comes out. It's absolutely asinine, man. People do some crazy stuff, man.
The upper decker.
Not me.
Yeah.
The upper decker. Yeah. Upper deck. Yeah. Wow.
Who has the? Anyway.
What?
No, go ahead.
Who has the what? No,
I just
say it.
Just to be in a public restroom and you pull the top of the toilet off and decide that. Anyway,
It's a different build, man. It's a different build.
It's a breed of human being you don't run into every day.
Well, you probably do. You just don't know.
Yeah, it's very true.
Okay, last one, Greg. And this one. Okay. This one kind of goes back to what we talked about in the ad read for cutting yourself, like for with shaving.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather shove a dinky car up your rectum, Greg? Or would you rather cut yourself shaving every time you shaved?
I'm cutting myself shaving.
Really?
Every time. Yes.
I'd probably stick the dinky. No, yeah.
Holy smokes, dude.
What?
You would shove a dinky car up your rectum? Holy smokes.
I'd do anything, man. No, I would definitely cut myself shaving. Cutting yourself shaving is not even that bad.
This episode is taking a turn for the worst. That is going to conclude the halftime show this week. We're in episode 18 of season 2. Bear with us. We're fighting hangovers. And I mean, honestly, my head has been in multiple different areas during this podcast. But we're talking NHL in quarter 3, Nate.
Yes.
World Juniors announced that it will reschedule and take place this summer. Nate, I don't know. Like, do you think it's going to generate the same interest? Do you think that all the top prospects are going to attend? What are your thoughts on the World Juniors saying we're coming back for the summer?
I like that they're finishing it up.
Okay.
But I think it's trash. It's going to be trash.
Yeah.
In the summer. Like,
yeah.
I'm not into it.
For sure.
I'm not going to be into it too much. I'm not sure how and as you said, I'm not sure how the draft stuff's going to work either. Like,
for sure.
Are people who got drafted going to play? You know what I mean? It's just, it's going to be strange. It's just not going to be like I can't believe they canceled it. Looking back on it, it sucks, man. That was
right at the peak of Omicron, though. So, I mean, you have to reckon that everyone in the tournament's coming down with it.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Because it was breaking.
It would have been probably tough for some people to play too. You know, you get like a little flu, and it's like, well, like I can't really go grind out there. But anyway, it's good they're finishing it up, and hopefully most of the people that were eligible to play in it before are able to come back, because that's a once in a lifetime thing for a lot of those kids.
Be interested to see if they get Ray Ferraro and Gord for it, and get the big guns rolling in, because I'm assuming they've got time off that in that window.
Yeah. I know a lot of those TSN guys. They run the summer pretty. That's time off.
Yeah, for sure.
Jeff O'Neill goes incognito.
Oh, it takes 8 weeks off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so it's
but we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I don't think I'm going to be huge into it, because I'm going to be a big MLB guy this summer, and I'm going to be a big PGA Tour guy. So those are my big 2 summer events. But we'll see, because we're on the golf course quite frequently, and in the summer there's just a lot more to do. But Nate, Chicago Blackhawks showing heavy interest in Raptors executive Teresa Retch to be the new GM of their team. And I just, my first glance at this is I hope it's genuine. Yeah. I hope it's genuine that they think that Teresa's the best person for the job. Obviously, she's a very talented individual. Yeah. Bobby Webster and Masai Ujiri, speak very highly of this individual. She's in on the scouting. Yep. But I don't know, how does a basketball scout
that's what I was kind of thinking, like, how does it transition to? And I don't mean this in any way against her, but I just feel like the Blackhawks are up to something.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what I mean? Like,
something smells a little fishy here. It's
like they're trying to cover up.
Yeah. Or just trying to,
and the thing is
damage control.
Exactly, it's damage control. And if they don't end up they pretty much have to hire her now too, where you come out with it, because if you don't, it's like, okay, like what? Like,
it's going to be interesting to see with the show. It's an absolute dumpster fire right now, the Chicago Blackhawks. I mean, trading for Seth Jones, you're bringing in Marc-Andre Fleury, thinking you had a team, which was not the case.
I mean, they kind of fooled me too. I thought they'd be okay. Like,
same, yeah.
I mean, when
Alex DeBrincat scores goals, top 5 level.
Patrick Kane's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, Taves, obviously, he's my most overrated player of all time. Yeah. So take that. I mean, Seth Jones is solid. I don't hate him. I mean, the issue here with Seth Jones is like his 9.5 hasn't even kicked in for next year.
Oh, geez.
And it's not like he's been absolutely shooting the lights out,
It's just kind of the growing cost of these like top 10, top 20 defensemen. They're all getting 9.5 now.
Outrageous.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fortunate that Washington was able to get Carlson at 8.
Yeah, for sure. But what's
McAvoy, 9.5?
Yep.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's anyway.
Jeez.
Nate, let's talk about some trade targets, because I know we're a few weeks away. We're gonna have Pete Blackburn on to break down some NHL Trade Center. I'm not sure leading up to the deadline. Actually, there was one yesterday. The Toronto Maple Leafs trade for Ryan Dzingel. And a defenseman that it's a funny name. You would know it.
This is coming from Carolina?
Coming from Arizona.
Arizona, defenseman.
It's almost worth looking up.
Yeah,
and they're sending Nick Ritchie the other way.
That's a It's a throw in.
Yeah, so Ryan DeZiegle's coming in, and we watched a bit of him in Ottawa last year. He's got a bit of game. Like, he can play on the third, fourth line and have some scoring upside.
This is a guy who got traded at the deadline a few years ago.
He might even be able to play with Willie Nylander and Tavares.
Yeah. Yeah, he could for sure. This is a guy, like, I was going to bring up a few years ago. He got traded, I believe it was like, I know it was a first rounder for sure. I think he might have got first, second, and a third. Ottawa might have grabbed for
DeZingle.
Yeah, when they traded them to Columbus. Because remember that year Columbus went all in?
Yeah.
I think they might have done too much that year, though. They really went for it. It's Lyubushkin.
Lyubushkin.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't have got that.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
so is Lyubushkin any good? I haven't watched that guy play.
I couldn't comment on it.
Okay, so we can't give the listeners a narrative on Lyubushkin.
No, Lyubushkin. We can give you... His name's pretty sick.
Yeah, it is. It's a good sounding name. Where's he from?
Lyubushkin? I'm going to... Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to say Slovakia.
I'm going to say Russia.
Okay. That could be right, too.
But Nate, we're going to go into some top trade targets for the deadline coming in a few weeks. We'll go through, I think, 9 names here, and we'll just try to predict where they're going to go.
He's Russia. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Jacob Chychrun.
There's going to be a lot of teams in on this guy.
Oh, yeah. He's
absolutely lights, and if I'm Arizona... Like, I'm not trading this guy.
Yeah.
You know, like he's the real deal. He's had an abysmal season.
Yeah.
I mean, I took him in fantasy. I was pretty high on him, both leagues, and he really hasn't done anything this year. It's crazy. He scored 20 goals last year, I believe. But anyway, what team? You know, Boston really sticks out to me.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's for me too.
I mean, I wouldn't, like, if I'm Washington, I think Washington needs to add a D-man.
Yeah.
I would love to have that guy there. It would be tough for them to pull off, but I really, really think it's going to be Boston.
I think Boston's going to get a top-tier guy because they've got some ammunition. They've got some prospects.
They generally do get somebody at the deadline, too,
yeah.
Right?
Don Sweeney loves making moves there. Mm-hmm. Plus, too, they've got a guy who wants out, Jake DeBrusk.
Exactly.
So he's an attractive guy. He's a young guy and good for third, second line, middle of the pack.
And the thing that works out good here is, like, Arizona, for the most part, will take just about anything.
Yes.
Like, I'm not even sure what their game plan is moving forward, honestly. It's completely...
It's a circus act.
It's crazy, but I would love to see... We've talked about this a medley of times on the pod, but I want to see a Kessel reunion, and I want to see Chychrun coming back, too. If you can get Kessel and Chychrun, I mean, Boston.
Yeah.
Dude, like, this team is...
For sure.
Chychrun and McAvoy playing together would be absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely.
That would be one of the best pairings in the league.
I like that, Nate, a lot. I like that a lot. I mean, that's giving me some good feelings for sure. I want a little Phil Kessel reunion. Playing on the second line with Taylor Hall and
it would be such a good fit.
Yeah, it would.
Such a good fit. You got to think he's going to try and make that happen.
Ben Sherratt.
Yeah, that's a good. This is a guy I wouldn't be surprised if Washington picked up. They usually go for like that depth D-man. They don't do anything like too crazy besides the year they got Shattenkirk.
Yeah. Who Shattenkirk's bed?
Yeah, who did Shattenkirk's bed? That's the question. This
is an interesting one here.
I think it's a tough one to pinpoint. I feel like
there's a lot of teams.
Anybody could take him because it's like when you get down that stretch run, you want
depth,
a lot of depth, exactly. So. Yeah. And he's a serviceable player for sure. I mean, he's like a bottom pairing kind of, so like a fourth D-man and down. So
for sure.
You can throw him in there. And
Mark Giordano.
This is an interesting one. I'm not opposed to Calgary trying to
got to be Calgary,
right?
You'd be idiotic not to.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. They'd be foolish. I mean, they left him exposed for the sole reason of the contract was going to be done. Yep. So I mean, they have no problem cutting ties with the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Calgary, too, the way they're buzzing, like, bring this guy back. He's comfortable in the system, you know? Like, it's...
The boys love him.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Fans love him.
He has the most interesting career journey. Yeah. Have you seen his? So
no,
I believe... So he's undrafted.
Okay.
He didn't make it in the NHL for a long time. He played in Russia for, like, 6 years.
Okay.
And then came back over. So he was drafted by Calgary, didn't play for the longest time. And then I think he only started really playing in, like, 2008.
Okay.
Or something like that. And then he's obviously been a journeyman.
Yeah.
But... Wow. Yeah, I think I don't see him going anywhere but Calgary.
Same, yeah.
I just don't.
Does he have a no move clause?
Was the captain? I'm assuming not.
Yeah,
because the expansion, he probably wouldn't have waived it for the expansion draft.
No.
So yeah, I'm gonna say no on
John
that one.
Klingberg.
That's another good one. This is a guy.
He's gonna help out a team.
This is a guy. He can run your power play single handedly.
Yep.
On the point there. This is another guy I could see him in Boston also.
Okay.
Not to like continuously throw out the same teams, but I mean, like I just think of some of the squads. Like I think of the Rangers. Like that's not going to happen. Like he's not going to.
Rangers might be one. I think Minnesota is always going to make a splash.
Minnesota you need some stuff.
Yeah,
for sure. I think Klingberg would be a good guy. I just think for Klingberg, what he brings, if like say for the Rangers, it's not going to work because you have Adam Fox.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, Klingberg's not a shutdown guy by any stretch of the imagination.
Teams that need a quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean McAvoy can do that on Boston too. I could just see Klingberg there.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Like, I can't pinpoint where I think he's going to go because he's got a big cap hit.
He does.
And
is he like 8?
I think 8, like 7 something.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to retain some of that for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see.
Yep.
Claude Giroux.
I mean, he's come out publicly and said he pretty much wants to go only to Colorado.
Yeah, he's going to Colorado.
So I'd have to reckon it's Colorado.
Which is insane.
I'm all on for that. Yeah. The only situation is, like if they get Giroux and they're that juiced, the only thing is I just hope my team doesn't run into them in the Cup final because it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen for them. Like they're gonna beat them.
It does feel like this is Colorado's year, doesn't it? You got guys buzzing every cylinder.
Yeah, and they've kind of had that little bit of heartbreak too. Like obviously we saw like the interviews with McKinnon last year, and it was just like it's like kind of tough. And I think this guy McKinnon is gonna have.
He's a playoff
absolute monster season. I'm almost picturing when he was in the bubble vibes. That dude was buzzing every single game.
He really likes to showcase why he's a top 2, top 3 player in the World Cup playoff time. And that's the reason why. I mean, there was a lot of discussion that McKinnon was better than McDavid.
Exactly. And that was obviously some recency bias. I don't think that's the case.
No.
Like McDavid is disgusting, but he's not that far off.
No, for sure.
So,
and Giroux there would be amazing. JT Miller.
See, some of these guys too, it's like for Klingberg, I think back to Klingberg, and it's like for Dallas, it's like I hold him for the run. You know what I mean? If you can get in.
Yeah.
And if I'm Vancouver, I would do the same. Just try and get in. But I don't know. I could see him going back to the Rangers. I mean, any team, it would be a privilege to get this guy. This guy is a stud, man.
Oh, yeah.
He plays his bag off, too. Like, he is, he's...
I like the sounds of a JT Miller. He brings a lot of the playoff style hockey.
He'd be good in Boston too.
Reminds me of a kind of like like almost like a better version of a Blake Coleman Barclay Goudreau pickup.
I think that I think that's a pretty good comparison. Yeah, he
guy who just absolutely can play that gritty game. A lot of upside. He's one of those guys too. Will have a highlight reel goal end to end and just won't get the
He's done it like 3 times this year. We were talking about how it's like if it was McDavid, it'd be absolutely fire on earth.
Yeah,
and this guy's just dancing everybody. And
Morgan Rielly had a nice one the other night and absolutely barred down.
Yeah, he did.
But Nate, we're gonna move into quarter 4 MLB chatter. There's not too much to talk about here.
No.
Obviously the league, the owners and the players are going back and forth. Spring training has been pushed to March 5th. So that's just around the corner. So I mean, there'll be some games being played down in Florida, and the last meeting lasted 15 minutes.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good thing.
It's not promising.
I mean, like obviously they're in there. I imagine they're probably kind of fed up too. And I just picture how this meeting went. Like they talked about it a little bit, and then it's like, well, we're not doing this and we're not doing that. It's like, well, screw this. And somebody said screw it and walked out. I assume probably the players, right?
Absolutely, like,
So.
So I guess to kind of break it down for the listeners, and from what I gathered from what's going on is they're trying to implement some sort of a salary cap, or they're trying to cap the amount of money that the players can make.
Right.
Because I think some of the salaries are getting outrageous, and they think that they're getting paid too much. I'm not sure if that's anywhere near accurate because I'm not an MLB insider yet. But I think that's where that stands, Nate, and it's over money. And I did want to talk about your guy Juan Soto.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought him up.
Yeah.
I was reading an article last night, and it was saying how I guess middle of the day yesterday.
I was going to say
not last night.
I'm surprised you were reading articles last night.
It's like I got home and just dialed in on my Juan Soto.
Yeah.
But they're saying there's a good shot he gets $500 million in this contract. Which is just like that kind of goes with what you said about the contract thing. It's like I'm not totally against the owners. Like they're kind of, you know what I mean? It's like, where do we cap this? Because, once it goes up to this 500, then the next guy's like, well, I'll take 505, and that's just kind of the going rate.
And then if you can compare your numbers to Soto and be better, then that's at minimum, you're getting $500 million.
Exactly. And that is just an asinine amount of money.
When's Vladdy's contract up?
I believe after this year.
So what are the Jays going to have to pay Vladdy?
Oh, dude.
It's going to be insane.
That's the thing. Like, the Jays have to just do it, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You can't, like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to give him. He's going to get $500 million unless there's something changed with the CBA.
$500 million.
$500 million.
Holy smokes.
Let me just see his contract quick. I just want to check that because I know he and Bo Bichette are the same time.
Okay.
Kind of refreshing getting some baseball chatter here.
Yeah,
eh?
it is.
We haven't talked baseball in so long, just with obviously nothing going on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure his. Let me just see.
Yeah, I want to know.
It's kind of hard to pull up. I'm not like too dialed in on
That's all right.
the go-to site, but I've got it here. Okay. So he gets. Yeah, so he has no contract next year. He's getting $8 million right now.
Okay.
Which is honestly pretty high for being
for a guy
kind of entry level.
Yeah, for sure. But he's going to get paid, and he is also the front runner for the AL MVP odds.
Exactly.
I'm going to bet some futures in the MLB.
Yeah.
Just to have them sitting there.
Nice to look at and just give you a little bump through the year. It's nice.
I'm on an absolute cold streak, by the way. I was on a heater at the beginning of the week, and I can't hit a bet to save my soul right now. And a lot of it, we're going to blame the Project Parlay. Richard Fitzenwell, I'm not quite sure what that was.
Fitzenwell, absolute coward play.
Yeah. I know there is some things that that restricts him from some of the betting the betting world.
Yes,
there's some conflict of interest, but
come on.
But I mean, we're going to need a stronger effort than that. Obviously, our guy Lolly from Kingston. I mean, that's a shame. Gonzaga only won by 12.
All signs pointed on that one. Like, I like that pick.
Yeah, so do I. I will get behind that.
Yeah.
But Petey hit the Illinois money line.
Yep.
So we will have him on next week, and we'll have two new Project Parlay guests next week.
We will. Yeah. How did we make out?
I hit, and Nate, unfortunately, Jordan Eberle had 2 shots.
Man, that is the most vintage thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, so listen, that's fine. We'll keep grinding and we'll keep moving forward. We're gonna hit one of these soon. So if you're not
100%.
backing the Project Parlay on Saturdays, make sure you're on that because we're going to hit, and it's going to be big for the program.
And it's just a great way to watch sports. Consume your sports on a Saturday with a nice juicy parlay. Absolute juice.
It's juicy.
Simply orange juice, folks. It's
full of pulp.
Oh,
you a pulp guy?
No.
Okay.
You?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Oh my. I mean, I don't mind it, but
yeah, you'd rather no pulp.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you a Tropicana guy?
More of a Simply.
Really? Mm-hmm. Actually, they're similar. Those are 2 top brands.
Yep.
I can't do the Minute Maid.
Oh my God, no.
But
like some guy sitting here is like Minute Maid sponsor. He's like, I love what these guys do. It's like Minute Maid's trash. It's like, but yeah, no, I like that stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Orange juice, it's crazy amount of sugar.
So much sugar.
So much sugar. It's wild. Eh? Are you a big label guy? Like, do you look at labels of all your food and stuff?
I do. Like, I have in the last few years, I've started to.
Yeah.
Because I used to love grabbing a Gatorade when I was hungover or.
Didn't even think about it, right? Like,
and there's 30, 40 grams of sugar in a bottle of Gatorade.
A normal Gatorade, and I'm sure most people know this, but a normal bottle of Gatorade is, you may as well legitimately drink a Pepsi. It's the same.
Yes.
Like the carbs, the sugar, it's out. Dude, it's 44 grams of sugar in a can of Coke.
I'm going to say this, Nate, and I bet in 20 years' time that the Gatorades we know today have changed dramatically.
I think so too. I'm not so sure. They might have them around, but I think the name of them will change up to be like a, kind of like a.
They're not a sports drink.
No kidding.
Yeah. Although I do love a Gatorade on the bench.
Yeah. Oh, I remember drinking a cold blue Gatorade after finishing a hockey game.
Oh my!
Was absolutely light. But the G0s are just, we are so out to left field right now.
Okay, listen, folks, we're going to talk. That's going to conclude quarter 4. I think as the weeks continue to unfold, we will have more MLB chatter for the listeners here. Nate, who's your fire wagon of the week?
Fire wagon of the week. That's a great question, Greg. I got my. How about I start with my dog water?
Okay.
It's CJ Uja.
Okay.
He absolutely screwed his boys out of getting a silver medal in the Olympics. We talked about it earlier. Absolutely pathetic. I hate it, man.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. I just feel so bad for those guys.
All right. I'm starting with my dog out of the week. It's Phil Mickelson.
Okay,
The
yeah.
guy's coming out. He's trashing the PGA Tour. The tour that he's been, made famous on is his net worth's like 300 billion, or 300 million, and 300 billion. Whoa, what has Phil done?
Yeah.
He's opened up an OnlyFans account. Anyway,
Holy smokes!
but Phil Mickelson. 300 million net worth, and he's trashing the PGA Tour. He's had a lot of talks about this Saudi Super League, so he's my dog out of the week. I think he's making just a clown of himself, and he's going to tarnish his image if he decides to go and play on that league.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a weird setup too.
Yeah.
Just the comments he made too, where it's like he addressed all that stuff, but he's like, also there's a lot of money.
It's just
like
he's like they're scary mother effers, but I mean they've got a ton of money.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It's like, Phil, you're 51. You have 300 mil. Like,
yeah,
what,
like,
what do
you really want to go like?
You want to talk about greed?
Yeah, exactly. My fire wagon of the week, I'm sticking to the golf, and it's Yoki Neiman. The guy's
100%.
absolutely buzzing. That's it. I honestly didn't have a fire wagon.
Okay.
I just kind of came up with it on the spot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy's buzzing like an absolute war hawk.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I wasn't prepared for this segment either.
Yeah.
But my fire wagon of the week is going to be the daily intermission.
Okay.
Getting after it. I mean, continuing to produce content and hitting the drinks last night and then coming in here and firing off a pod for the boys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel bad. Like, you feeling garbage?
I don't know. I'm not at all.
No.
But I'm just hoping that that's not as bad of a listen as I think it is, because I don't know if it might have been
I think we jambled out a little bit here and there, but I don't think it was too bad. But
I'm feeling it was like a 3-2 loss. We'll come back and be better next time.
Oh, for sure.
All right, folks. Well, listen, we're back Friday. We're looking forward to it. Thank you for listening as always. And this episode was brought to you by Manscaped. So make sure you're over on the Manscaped site. Make sure you're trimming your lawn. I mean, nobody wants to see, some Bush League, untrimmed lawn.
Bushes.
Yeah. So
no one wants to see it.
So make sure you're on the Manscaped site. Use code TDI. Get 20% off free shipping. And we'll catch you guys later on in the week.
Let's go.